Oh my god, there's so many people to talk to. Holy shit. Speak with your comrades. Ehrenwald has pressing matters, according to him anyway. A pity you couldn't be here to witness this momentous occasion, though he bids me tell you congratulations. What the fuck is he at? As for me, well, once the silence is spanned, I intend to resume my work in Walger's Reach. I suppose Ehrenwald will need support in Garabania too, though he would not admit as much. Well, he will have my help whether he wants it or not. Feels a little strange now my link probe gone quiet. Since my unique skills are no longer needed for the safety of the star and all that, I'm going to become an adventurer like you, traveling far and wide. I imagine I'll start by heading to Mare City or the New World. I just need to find myself a ship first. The hell's the New World? Was it referring to, like, Ilsabard now that it's not under Darlene rule? Go on, Leon. Don't miss the chance to say it. Speaking of, you know, capitalism and undercutting on the market board, there it is. Go on, Leon. Don't miss the chance to say a word to each of our friends. After all you've been through together, I'm sure they'd appreciate it. Let's go through all the optional people first. Actually, no, it's better to do it by groups. If I talk to them, let's talk to crowd then. I'll start with my boy Alfie. Oh, Theon! Pray forgive me for delaying the gathering. I was writing a letter, you see, to my parents. As busy as father has been tending the aftermath of the Exodus, he has been good enough to show concern for the Scions. And besides, I've made them worry enough for a lifetime. Henceforth, I will endeavor to write as often as I am able. A little effort to set their minds at ease, while we continue to be away from Charlian. Both Alize and I are off to assist with Garlemald's recovery, you see. Though uncertainty remains over what will become of the nation, we cannot well leave the capital in its current state. That makes sense, yeah. We will rejoin those members of the Ilsabard contingent still stationed there. Lucia and Maxima helm the relief effort, with support from our allies, the people of Garlemald among them. They will gradually be joined by those who have finished treating the tempered across the lands. Okay. Lest you misunderstand, we do not seek redemption for failing Lucinia and her sister. That is a burden we must always bear. Okay. Nay, we go because of the truth in Lord Quintus's words. The truth that, whatever ideals individuals may espouse, nations are not moved to action unless they stand to benefit. Yeah, sadly true, yeah. For the foreseeable future, the fallen empire will be at the mercy of both internal and external forces. And though I do not doubt that the intentions of the contingent, with greater powers involved in the relief effort, our allies may well find themselves drawn into a political agenda. Yep. In going, we seek to ensure that the needs of the people come first, to understand their hearts that we might better help them to begin anew. I'll visit when I can. By all means! So glad would I be for your visit, and I believe I speak for Alize as well. For fairly as long as I've been in Eorzea, you've been at my side, watching over me in good times and in bad. How many times have we gathered to share tidings? None could possibly keep count. The world is changing and will continue to do so, yet no matter what the future brings, I hope that I can ever look to you. In good times and in bad, as a dependable comrade and dear friend both. Thank you, Leon, from the bottom of my heart. Anything else? I've been keeping Ehrenwald abreast of the situation in letters, but unfortunately he could not be here today. When it is convenient for both of us, we should pay him a visit. I'm guessing Ehrenwald's not here because he's involved with the role quests, and technically you can do the role quests after Endwalker, which I'm glad I didn't, because it makes no sense for the blasphemies to still be around. It's like, okay, I guess, yeah. The people who already turned into monsters, it's too late for them to come back, but it just feels out of place at that point. I'm glad I did it before I finished. Oh, okay, Crimson. I didn't know about that. I still can't find Mericidia on it. Oh, Leon. How are you feeling? Any lingering aches or pains? I can't apologize enough for sending Xenos to find you in Ultima Thule. When he came to me in Charlian, I was truly torn. As ever, there was only one thing on his mind. Forced to make a decision, I reasoned that, if he would not be deterred from seeking you out, he might at least aid us in our cause. And so I struck a bargain. In the end, he was true to his word, and you defeated him despite your earlier exertions. But knowing the state you were found in, it could have ended very differently. Yeah, he almost killed me. I love that the final battle ended up just like Metal Gear Solid 4, which, by the way, that was actually the game I was planning to stream next. Not in a marathon sense, well, kind of yes and no. Not like I'm only doing Metal Gear until it's done. But I was planning to go from Metal Gear Solid 1 to 4 in between FF14 streams. Maybe like every other day. I hadn't really planned it out. But I love that that's how it ended, with them punching each other. My decision almost cost you your life, and no words could express the remorse I feel. I won't lie, I thought that was it for me. It worked out. You did the right thing. It is a relief to hear you say that. Thank you. Time and time again, I've been made to feel woefully inadequate. I wasn't much use in battle, nor could I face the Forum without my nerves getting the better of me. It always fell to you and the others. I must and will do better. And I shall begin with the restoration of the students of Valdesian. Through our work, Charlian will strengthen its ties with other nations that we may be better prepared to face whatever threats arise in the future. Of course, this isn't something I can accomplish alone, but thankfully I have the staunchest of help in Raha and Ojika and our other remaining members together. Not other remaining members. Together we'll continue Grandfather's work. Right on, Tataru. As before, certain commissions will take us to dangerous locales, and we may need to call upon seasoned adventurers. In such times, might you be willing to assist us? Not because you feel obliged, mind you, but because you feel a lure for the task itself. You can count on me, Tataru, or Krile. Jesus, I knew one day I would accidentally call her that. But one day I would get them confused. It finally happened. Marvelous! Should something of interest arise, I shan't hesitate to reach out to you. Until that day, I shall endeavor to become a more dependable comrade. Take it easy, Krile. Oh, I should mention that Ehrenville has kindly agreed to share aught of potential interest he hears from his fellow gleaners. In exchange, we will help them to restore the archives to their proper order. With the Exodus abandoned, all items must be returned whence they came, a task no less grueling than their removal. Even now, Ojika assists in the sorting of arcane artifacts. Oh yes, not only is he a skilled administrator, he's also a certified appraiser specializing in relics from the 5th Astral Era. Despite his qualifications, though, he seems none too keen on the work. I shall have to go and relieve him as soon as I can. Right. Isoldar? You were but an amateur adventurer when we first met, but look at you now. You've grown into quite the fine young lad, just as I always knew you would. One might say I ought to settle down in my old age, but seeing you now has set my adventurous spirit ablaze once more. But the first journey I set out upon will be a long-awaited hot springs tour with my dear friend Ome. Yes! The bros! I'm glad to see their sort of brotherhood friendship has lasted so long. There has been naught but chaos since the Teloproi first appeared. Towers, lunar primals, the Empire, the final days. Yet we weathered it all, and lived to see the sun rise on a new day. And now that peace has returned, I can finally resume my travels with my grandfather. Perhaps we'll go first to Kugane to relax in the Bokaizen hot springs. That might be nice. Of course, my journey will not simply be for pleasure. I will collect information on the territory as I travel. Perhaps I shall visit Naksha via Doma. Alright, good luck with that. What else do we got? Alize? Best girl, Alize? Leon, seen to your preparations, have you? I'm just making another sweep of my belongings. Wouldn't do to find I've forgotten something halfway to my destination. Oh, in case you hadn't heard, we've received new reports detailing the devastation caused by the final days. It appears the situation is gravest in the land surrounding the Bounty, where the sky first began to burn. After that, the calamity was observed in the far north, in Garlemald and the frozen lands beyond. We also have reports of the heavens catching fire in isolated locations, one of which was an area in the northern MP. Had our quest taken any longer, Charlian too may have come under threat. That's pretty close to Charlian, yeah. Why the hell do they call it the northern MP anyway? It doesn't look anything like the empty from the first, so kind of weird. Thank goodness it's over now. To be sure, blasphemies and lesser beasts may still be roaming about, but these localized crises should be well within the capacities of each nation to handle on their own. The Scions are no longer needed. Which isn't to say that we won't help out where we can, of course. As individuals, no more of this order business. Right, we're now a decentralized, coordinated, I don't know what to call it, a group? If group is the right word anymore, but we're decentralized now. That's the point. For my part, I'll be heading to Garlemald with Alfino. They were among the worst affected and still need all the help they can get. I like that this was also Alfino's idea from a long time ago. Back in, like, Heavensward, I think? That we should just be decentralized and go about our own business and only call each other for help when something big comes up, I guess. It won't be easy. An inevitable part of aiding those in need is coming face to face with tragedy. Knowing it doesn't make it any easier, though. That'll curse my weakness. My inability to fix every problem and save every lost soul. That'll wear you down, Alize. You have to accept you can't save everyone. But no matter how much it hurts, I won't give up. There you go. I'll do what I can for as many people as I can, begrudging no effort. And should I find myself discouraged, I'll remember you. Think back fondly to one of your many moments of triumph and the accompanying determined expression. Even those that still annoy me in retrospect, like when you activated the teleporter without warning. Yeah. I didn't want to see you guys die to a gravity spell from Mensinger. I'm sorry, alright? Not a good way to go. And should you hear about me, I want you to remember too. Remember that I'm out there somewhere, trying my very best. Oh, the cocky response. No, that's not me. It's not my personality. I look forward to hearing all about the legendary Alize Lebayeur. Not that I'm trying to become famous or anything. That being said... Maybe laugh. There it is! The next time we meet, I'll be vastly improved. But don't be surprised when you find yourself marveling at me. Alright. Did I forget to mention anything? Ah, yes. The Hanish envoy who came to see Estinian also bore a letter from Matsuya. He writes that Mevin and Karasef's little girl is doing well and he often goes to visit her. Well, I did the side quest that also helped her find new parents as well, so... It won't be easy growing up without her parents, but with her fellow villagers watching over her, I dare to hope that she won't want her warmth as she grows up. Oh, she won't. I made sure to see to that. I can't believe I did every single side quest. This playthrough's... It ended up being longer than FF15. That's because I did New Game Plus for FF15, that's why. Otherwise, it would have been just as long doing all the side quests. 45 parts. Plus. For this game, I mean. 2-hour segments. I gotta do the math on that to see how long this took. Leon, thou hast spoken with our comrades? Mm-hmm. Though this parting be not forevermore, 'tis nonetheless occasion for sorrow. Akin to a pixie's path, the navigation of such farewells is a perilous endeavor indeed. Yeah. For their part, however, the Loperids embarked upon a new beginning. Though bereft of its purpose as a vessel, the moon yet remaineth hospitable for the creatures of Aetheris. Which is cool, because now we can go up there and chill whenever we want. Thus do our lunar visitors convene with the Forum, intent upon assigning some new and beneficial role to our solitary satellite. Yet ere that may come to pass, there is much and more each party must learn of the other, a process which doth promise to be eventful indeed. To that end, a cadre of Loperids hath gleefully dispersed across our lands in the name of mutual understanding. Hydaelyn, 'tis said, did imbue them with her love for all things born of this star. And 'tis Vinaldo nature, I believe, which doth manifest in this irrepressible, inexhaustible curiosity of theirs. Yeah, that's definitely a part of her. Like me, her disciple. Having witnessed that which they strove to achieve, I wished most keenly for their long labors to be rewarded, that their abiding affection for man results in a boon for all. Moreover, I hope to continue our acquaintance and share in such knowledge as they see fit to impart. Excuse me. Oh, that's true too. But yeah, acquaintance? I'd call it friendship. I did not wish to presume. I would be honored should they consider me a friend. For 'tis certainly true that I have grown fond of their company. Yeah. But I like having you around too. But I shall digress no further. This day should belong to the scions of the Seventh Dawn, to mine incomparable companions. Oft times hath mine reticence caused thee grief, and mine actions spurred allies to suspect betrayal. And yet, here amongst you I still stand. No amount of words could express my gratitude for thine acceptance and forgiveness. Thus, instead, I do proffer my humble support. Be it unto the deepest abyss or the highest heavens, even if I must needs founder cross stormy seas, ever shall I answer thy summons. Thanks, Urianger. I understand that following thy clash with Xenos, the teleportation device that thou had discarded fell to thee from on high. Yeah? To return to thee in such a manner. I did confer with Wolfson and Bluebeard, yet they insist the device was possessed of no such capability. 'Twas a miracle befitting the nature of that place, where emotion becometh tangible reality. Whence then arose this timely wonder? Thine ardent wish? Or another's fervent prayer? Huh, so they're leaving that a mystery, huh? Alright. I can scarce believe our battle extended to the ends of creation, but seeing the Scion's mission to completion was both an honor and a privilege. As for myself, I've spent quite a while away from home, so I think I'll return to Limsa Laminta for now. And once I get there, my first order of business will be downing a pint or three at the Drowning Wench. The exploits of you and your companions are truly an inspiration to us all. I have never felt more compelled to hone my own skills that I one day might be able to accomplish such heroic deeds. Artemis means to visit Limsa Laminsa, and I will join him and continue my search. I know not when we will meet again, but please take care of yourself. Thanks. Efemi? 'Tis a shame the Scions are disbanding, even if only in name. I still fondly recall the day you granted me my uniform. The memory remains vivid, yet it feels like a lifetime ago. I considered returning to the Adder's Nest, but since I've come this far, I've decided I ought to continue my journey and venture to Garlemald instead. I can't hold a candle to the infamous wandering minstrel, but I thought I might share with the Garleans the tale of your epic deeds. Extend to them an olive branch of song, if you will. Okay. The salvation Minfilia dreams for Eorzea comes closer to reality with every step the Scions take. Yes, the world may still be in the throes of change, but it is improving. I see it happening day by day, and I sit here praying that whatever new road you walk will bring you the wonder and joy you deserve. Should you need a rest in between your journeys, do come and join me on the terrace for old time's sake. Of course. Tancred? Too early. Let me talk to him first. Ah, our champion and savior. I was beginning to think my chance for an audience would never come. That sounded more amusing in my head. Well, that happens to me a lot too, don't worry. Speaking of heads, I was worried about yours, and the rest of you for that matter. On the mend, I trust? Yeah, more or less. I'm feeling better. Glad to hear it. You were in a bad way, and healing magics or no, I'm impressed by how swiftly you've recovered. Then again, 'tis hardly the first time you've cheated death. Your strength of will has never failed to astonish me. Look at what you've accomplished. Medion defeated. Her Song of Oblivion cut short. The Source and all her reflections delivered from the final days. If you had faltered at the last, then all hope would have been lost. But you held fast. Nareen has a tomorrow to look forward to, and I could ask for no greater gift than that. Yeah. I gotta deliver the news to her eventually. As for a lesser gift, however, the next time you see her, I would appreciate you not describing my travel plans with Urianger as aimless wandering. Ha! I still remember that, the night before we left for the final battle, yeah. We have a purpose in our roaming, after all. Keeping an eye on things in the absence of the Scions on the world stage. There'll never be an end to the little problems that go untended by nations. We will do our best to help out where and when we can. Which I suppose is an approach not far removed from aimless wandering when you get down to it. Perhaps you could tell her I am faring well and leave it at that, eh? Yeah, I'll let her know. No need to mention this feeling of being uprooted. I've never been one to stand still for long, but when I think of home, 'tis the rising stones which comes to mind. How many times have we set out from this base, thence to return when our work was done? Almost every patch. On the day the Scions came together, I only hoped for Minfilia to find a place where she belonged. But never did I expect to find one here for myself. Indulge me, Leon. I have a question for you. And imagine Minfilia herself is asking. What do you got? Are you glad you joined the Scions? Best decision I've ever made. I thought about it too, when Minfilia asked me. Aye, I can honestly say the same. I sat there and was like, I picked the other two choices just to see what they would say, right? But in the marathon, I was like, the risks are great, and whatever the other one was. But all good things must come to an end, at least for a time. Should you need a helping hand for infiltration or reconnaissance, you know who to ask. I'll come running and you'll likely get a certain funny-talking fortune-teller into the bargain. Of course. In case you've not heard, the Waking Sands will be converted into a warehouse. We'll be keeping the place free of rats and cobwebs, so it can still serve as an outpost should the need arise. Considering Tataru's ambitions, however, I'd not be surprised if she claimed a lot of her budding empire. For her budding empire. Right on, dude. A toast to Thancred. My bro. Yeah, I considered Alpino a bro too, but Thancred was like, you know, he was that bro that you go out gallivanting with at night to go try to like pick up chicks and all that. You know, I made those jokes at the beginning of the marathon. Well, at the beginning of FF14, I should say. Yeah. I made quite a few jokes about that too throughout the story. Tancred going out and doing his thing. Stinian? What about you? What you got to say?
Bruh, look at this dude. Wait till you see the. No, 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 no.
That was too late. If you have something to say, then out with it. How does the bottom one make sense? Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna go with the top one. Fuck it. I can see they can both be funny answers, but I'm going with the top one. Just worried how you'll earn your keep now. You talk as if the Scion's dissolution was more than mere pretense. There may be fewer calls to action, but we should be compensated as before. Why are you so concerned for me anyway? In any case, I do not want for options, even if some are worse than others. No sooner did Emmerich hear about our disbandment than he offered me a position as a guardsman in the Imperium District. As a former Azure Dragoon, I'm guaranteed to be popular, he said. Not the only reason. What does he take me for? Even without his meddling, I'm perfectly capable of finding employment, and have. Oh really? Who's your new employer? Some days ago, a Hunnish envoy arrived with word from Vitra. The worm requests my presence as soon as things have settled here. He didn't deign to mention why I'm needed, but it pertains to dragons, like as not. In Thavner, like elsewhere, the phenomena caused by the final days abated when you defeated Meteon. Though it was too late for those who had already transformed, life is beginning to return to normal for the survivors. Of those who sought refuge in Charlian, most have already returned home. But many do not have a home to return to, nor loved ones. By an arrangement between Vitra and the Forum, such souls may remain in Charlian if they wish to work and study. Vitra was always a satrap in truth. It's gratifying to see him become one in name as well. One who has the complete confidence of his people, if the envoy's tone was any indication. I often find myself speaking favorably of dragons of late. Not so long ago, I would have assumed his benevolence hid ulterior motives, but 'tis clear he cares for his people, and they in turn revere him. To know such a nation may flourish is comforting. Vitra's kin sought release from conflict. So weary were they of the suffering it brought, they surrendered to oblivion. But Midgard Sormer didn't give up. In hope, he made the journey to distant Etheris with his clutch of eggs. And though his progeny went on to be embroiled in conflict with men, there were times when they transcended hatred to abide in harmony. That is their legacy and their triumph. In my lance, I feel the weight of their struggle and the strength of their resolve, and it lends me strength. How was with that clip? I saw that a few times throughout Endwalker, where their animations would suddenly reset in a split second. These things I might never have learned had I not joined you. Should you ever have need of me, I will come. At the very least, it might be an opportunity to earn coin. Alright, Mr. Cloud / Cloud-like mercenary. Like a mix of Cloud and Squall or something. More like Cloud at the beginning of FF7, trying too hard to be, an edgelord badass. Taking themselves real fucking serious. Word has it a false deity born and then, comedic moments arise whenever they can't, for whatever reason. Word has it a false deity born in the Tower of Zot has survived, and occasionally appears to terrorize the locals. Those who vanquish the being and present proof in Razatan will receive a handsome reward. Though handsome isn't the word I would use to describe such outlandish garb. But while I'm in Thavner, perhaps I will acquire a set to send to Emmerich in lieu of an answer to his job offer. Let him stand guard thus attired and be the talk of Imperium, if not all Chrysis. He's gonna tell Emmerich to shove it. I don't know how these two are doing. Well, this whole posse over here. Except for your stolen Graha. I'm so glad the danger is past. There was nothing I could do but pray from here, so I was relieved to the point of tears when everyone made it back safely. I imagine we'll have more free time now, so I was thinking I'd study up on healing magic, that I could make myself more useful in the future. My first stop will be the Astrologicum in Ishgard to learn about Charlian astrology. I must follow Osher's lead and continue to hone my skills. Okay. Einar. Pause champ. We may have accomplished our goal and put it behind us, but my time with the Scions provided memories that will last me a lifetime. I'm sure they did. What bliss. To think I was blessed with the chance to experience such unbridled brotherly love! Of course. Ah, but now that Osher has decided to set off without his dear brother, without the two of them together, I fear I might suffer withdrawal! Go get him. Better get as many three-ways in as you can now, Einar, while you can. I am so glad I was able to be here this moment. You know, I considered continuing to follow in Hori's footsteps, but I've realized it's time I found my own way in life. Otherwise, I'll never be half the man my brother is. First things first, I'm gonna head to Gridania to visit the Conjurers Guild, then the Archers Guild. I will do my very best to brush up on my skills before I see you again. But he's also an archer, not just a healer. I like that. Let me finish talking to these two as well. Far too much blood has been spilt and far too many lives lost. Still, I am glad I was able to do something to repay those who showed me a path to the future. Not that our job is over, of course. Far from it. There is much that remains to be done before true and lasting peace can be achieved. To that end, Hori and I mean to set off for Corvos. We expect that the tensions between the Garleans and Corvosi will only flare more with the Empire's fall. I still remember the day we sparred together as though it were yesterday. I think how far we have all come since then. Even now, I have not abandoned my dream of besting you in single combat. Of a friendly nature, of course. Though I clearly do not hold a candle to the Warrior of Light at present, I shall continue to train diligently that one day you might consider me an equal. I'll hold you to that. Isola? Oh, are we saying our farewells too? I hadn't at present planned on a journey of any great length. Not that I am averse to a moment or two of quiet reminiscence. In fact, there was something I'd been meaning to ask you, something that has been in my thoughts since the last flames of the final days subsided. What's that? During our travels, we have witnessed more than a lifetime's worth of oddities and spectacles, more than can be easily recalled or remembered. And nestled amongst those memories are certain essential facts. The history of Atheris and the ancients, glimpses of the Ea, of their culture and philosophy, or Ea, excuse me. Rather than simply hoard such treasures in my mind, I wonder if I should not be disseminating them in formal records for wider consumption. When needed, I have penned reports and prepared briefings, but ever have I balked at the idea of binding the subject of my studies in a book or tablet. Truth is given shape and interpretation. When we seek to capture it with our words, it is invariably molded to fit a narrative, no matter how low-intentioned the rendering. And then she shakes her head right after I did that. An event is described as sad, a summation which failed to express the emotional complexity. Yet the word on the page is what endures, a pale shadow of reality. Throughout history, some have deliberately embellished the truth, but I believe many, if not most, deviations are the result of similar linguistic shortcomings. piling one upon the other until the end result is unrecognizable from its origin. Yeah, semantics. Our language is very outdated. It leads to this, yeah. Which is why I fear that writing an account in my own words would be akin to diluting fine wine with water. Yet even with the potential for corrupted meaning, I do of course realize the importance of keeping written records. Without them, my search for wisdom would be a painful affair indeed. But what say you on this matter? Should I take up the quill? Reflect upon those experiences only we have shared and seek to preserve them for posterity? Why, I started making YouTube videos. Go for it. Damn. Now I'm torn. I'm gonna go with the top one, because at least then other people have a chance to read your story. Even if it isn't 100% accurate because of all the things she mentioned. Aye, let them be read and remembered. Very well then, I shall endeavor to pen what I can of the Ea, and the ancients, and of so many other wonders. But I am no scribe. It will be less a polished work and more a reordering of scattered notes. That's fine. In any case, I feel much better for having sought your opinion. Left to our own devices, we tend to overthink such things. I will otherwise return to following where my curiosity leads. After all, the safe method of travel to the first yet eludes me, and our venture into the great expanse has prompted an entirely new set of questions. Should you stumble into the unknown or struggle with some impenetrable mystery, know that I am at your beck and call. Nice camera angle. It never hurts to see things from a different perspective, and mine is rather different than most. Of course. And she's right about that too, since she sees things all in ether. Lise came to visit the other day. She peppered me with questions about the lasting repercussions of the final days. I took the opportunity to explain our plans to disband, and she understood our reasoning immediately. Once a scion, always a scion, it would seem. She was eager to relive old times and remember old friends. Bittersweet memories, mayhap, but from the look on her face, the joys outweighed the sorrows. I would say so. Raha, my boy. About that adventure you want to go on. Might happen sooner than you think. Oh, Leon. Might you have a moment to talk? What's up? With the Scions stepping away from the public eye, I've been left to consider what new endeavors I might pursue. And after speaking with Kryle, I've decided. I will be assisting her in rebuilding the students of Valdesian. Not only am I indebted to Master Gallop for giving me a new home, but had our order never existed, I would have never set foot within the Crystal Tower. How different my life might have been. I would have never met you, never become caretaker of the tower, never become a scion. You gave me the chance to do some good, and I hope to continue to do so with the students. For an added benefit, new mysteries often find their way to our doorsteps. Mysteries that could prove ideal for fulfilling our promise, to embark on a new adventure together, unlike any we've experienced before. Right on, dude. Whenever you have the time and inclination, my friend, I stand ready to accompany you into the unknown. You recall in the realm of the Omicrons when I asked if you thought I may someday be mentioned in your epic? While 'tis true that to earn a place at your side would be the stuff of dreams. In the end, nothing would give me greater joy than to stand with you in the here and now. It needn't be some grand endeavor. There needn't be a promise. Whenever adventure calls, I won't hesitate to invite you, and I hope that you will do the same for me. Without a second thought. The overexerting part would have been funny too, but I owe this guy this much. Ha! I'll hold you to that. As much as we have already seen, there's still so much we haven't. Who knows? Perhaps we will even encounter survivors of the Omicron somewhere out there. After all, given how they took to the stars, it isn't implausible that some found themselves far from home. Well, I already met one of them. And should we encounter a wayward traveler awaiting commands that will never come, I would bid them seek adventure with someone, and with that partner find new purpose, a new dream. For if crystals can hold fast to dreams, why not Omicrons? Wherever your plans may lead, do not hesitate to send word. And should a commission of interest come my way, you will be the first to know. Right on, Graha. By the way, have you spoken with Fail Ul of late? Some days ago they appeared to me in a dream. Or the sleeping persuasion, that is. Of the sleeping persuasion, that is. All is well in the first, they bade me tell you. When I asked why not tell you themselves, they unleashed giant, ravenous beavers upon me. Have you perchance done something to incur their ire? Yeah, maybe. A toast to our boy Graha as well. Best boy Graha, best girl Alize. I'm actually fine and comfortable with that for now. Anybody hiding back here? Not the beavers? That was an Ethercurrent side quest in Shadowbringers too, I remember that. Well, I guess this is it then. I don't think I missed anyone. I talked to everybody twice. Or I talked to everybody twice. The lingering bits of adrenaline I fought. Oh. It's funny. Tara? Any last words? Spoken your fill, have you? If so, I'm thinking to send everyone off. Yeah, I guess it's about time. I guess it's about time. With your permission, then. Your attention, please. At risk of spoiling the mood, the time of departure is upon us. In my capacity as your receptionist, I bid you all safe journeys. Till next we meet, be well. Argos horn? Of course. Reaching across time and space, the sound of this horn brings Argos bounding to your side. Wind up arrows. Come on, you know who this hero is. Oh, so it's meant to be pronounced Herois, maybe. Use item to acquire the wind up Herois minion. See, they have to give it an alternate name because they don't want spoilers, obviously. Because, you know, you walk around with Gridania, or walk around Gridania with this thing, and there's like some new sprout just starting their journey. You name it Heidelin or Vanov, and it's like... spoil everything. Endwalker Footfalls Orchestrion Roll. I'm gonna be playing that on repeat in my fucking in-room for a while. Hello. Actually, I might switch between this and Forge Ahead or whatever. I don't think we got that Orchestrion roll though. Hello. Music roll for flow. Huh. I wonder how people reacted to having Xenos be the actual final boss and having footballs playing while you fight him. I know some people were kind of just over him a long time ago, so I bet I'll see mixed reactions when I see other YouTubers go through their first time journey. We'll see though.
I suppose we're off to Garlemald then. Though we ought to speak with Lord Emmerich first. If he's received word of any recent developments, we need to know.
'Twould be prudent to purchase some warmer clothes at least. Mayhap we can pick up a few souvenirs for Euless and the others while we're at it.
Where will you all be heading next?
Dravania. There is a book I've been meaning to borrow from the Great Google Library.
Of course.
And I can think of at least one person who will be most displeased should I fail to visit before leaving.
We've no particular destination in mind, but we do intend to stop in Charlian before we set off.
We had thought to ask after the Loporrits. I am curious as to how well those who chose to remain are adapting to their changed circumstances.
Might we accompany you then? Raha and I were planning to return to the Baldessian Annex.
Commissions have been piling up in our absence, and they must be dealt with ere we begin our work in earnest.
Estinian, you will return to Rads at Han, will you not?
Aye. For Vritra's benefit, though I've yet to hear the details. I may not stay long.
I see. Then it is here the Scions at last part ways, each to some far-flung corner of the realm.
Yep, that's the way of it.
Perhaps. But I believe one of our number, a rather important one at that, has yet to divulge his plans.
Shit, they're putting me on the spot.
Quite right.
Bruh. Look at this dude.
Fair point.
Wait till you see the.
What's next for our humble adventurer?
Oh shit. Wherever the wind takes me, I guess. Seems like a little birdie's gonna be guiding the way. And there she goes. In the end, there you have it, folks. Finally reached the end. Again, at least 3 claps. What an amazing journey. And again, the end of my marathon as well. Almost 10 months. Jesus.
The constancy of this place never ceases to amaze me. An ocean of souls, shimmering and eternal.
Elidibus! I was hoping we'd get to see him.
And yet, something stirs. Yes. Steeped in darkness, deep as starless night. The beast hungers. Alas, I dare not investigate in earnest before the coming of my guiding star, as he foretold. We shall descend to the depths, you and I, to confront the dread beast Pandemonium. Oh, the sights we shall see. The sights we shall see.
That's pretty cool. They always tease the raid series at the end of each game / expansion, so that's kind of neat. You have completed the main scenario quest Endwalker. Quests to unlock new content have now become available in Old Charlian. And yeah, obviously the dead end now available with a party of NPC avatars. Rest well, champion of Aetheris, for many and more adventures await you. Endwalker, trophy earned. That its chorus might ring for all. Well, there you have it, folks. A new chapter of New Game Plus has been added. What? Crimson, you here? Oh, shit! There you are. So if I see the achievement pop for somebody here that says it's a chorus might ring for all, I know they just finished Endwalker. Oh, that's amazing. Wow, what a journey. Oof. Little Lalafell guard. Yeah, I helped make that thing. The behemoth. In the past. The past Elpis. I don't even know what to say or do with myself anymore. I'm just like, still trying to get over all of it. Soaking it all in, you know? Oh. Was that the comfort emote? This one, right? I got you. Oof. Smiling in warm satisfaction. I like that. Damn, it's been a hell of a journey. Alright. I think what I'm gonna do is probably head back to the Charlian Inn, the one with the new kick-ass music. And then maybe play the Footfalls orchestral roll as I do my outro. Then I'm gonna fuck off and go get something to eat. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get something to eat. And then, yeah. I'll talk more about my plans for the future of my stream and YouTube channel and all that stuff once I get there. So yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. So again, thank you very much for joining me during for the final battle and everything, Crimson. I appreciate that very much. Hug for you. A comfy sweater. And a gentle pat. There you go. Murmurs. If you'll excuse me, my lady. Alright, I'm headed off to, Charlie, and yeah, that's how I'm gonna do it. Look at this! All these new side quests that appeared. Oh, here we go. You know what? I'm gonna use the mender because I know I probably yeah I need to use that. Alright, there we go. Oh man, I wish I could actually open the window here. Only in cutscenes. Feels bad, man. That's as good a place as any. Yeah. Alright. What to say? What can I say? It's been, obviously, a hell of a long journey. I can't wait to do it all again on my alts as well. But damn. I'm still speechless, man. Like, it's just... What an amazing journey. Like I said, the hype and the emotions and everything, you know, might be why I'm considering this my favorite Final Fantasy, but as I calm down, I still realize that I really do mean it. Like, I haven't... Even before I finished the game, it's been a very, 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 very long time since I last played a video game that evoked this much emotion in me. That spoke to me this much. Like, I was thinking about it, I was like, I think it's been like... Even then, I might be giving that game too much credit. Like 10 years, I want to say. Like, I haven't... It's just incredible. FF7 Remake was amazing in its own way. It didn't evoke as much emotion as this because... It's what I was saying, it's the personal thing. The personal aspect of it has a lot to do with it. The fact that you can make your own character here and experience the story as sort of a reflection of yourself in the game. An expression of yourself in the game. That's what you can make your character if you choose for it to be that way. Because, you know, some people just make their character just be whatever. You know, they don't do that. They don't make their character an extension of themselves. But I do when I get the opportunity to do that with games. So I'm able to be more immersed and experience it more like this. To be able to experience the story in a more personal sense, and that's... I'm very deeply satisfied with that. So, yeah, because of that personal aspect, it's honestly something I think has always drawn me to MMOs. The only thing that's kept me away from them was how time-consuming they can be. After my experience with MapleStory. Yeah. But... So I was very hesitant to start playing this game, and if it hadn't been for my experience with MapleStory sucking up so much of my time, way back in the day, I probably would have been less hesitant to try this game out. I would have started playing it a lot sooner. Probably at the same time as my brother, back in 2013, honestly. But yeah, I just didn't want to get sucked into another MMO after I just quit one back in 2012. After playing one for like 6 years straight. So I didn't get into this one until 2019 because the pandemic started and I was like, I can't travel, the only other thing I like to do, so fuck it. I'll go travel in a video game and socialize with people there. I was like, now's a good time as any. Because I always felt the inclination to give this game a try. For many years. Watching my brother play it and all. Oh, my voice cracked. Yeah, watching my brother play it and all, it gave me, yeah, I wanted to try it. But yeah, I never got around to it until the pandemic started. That's when I was like, alright, fuck it. I'll give it a shot. And I don't regret it. It's been an amazing journey. And I've met some really amazing people. Some not so amazing too, but that's how it is in life. Even in real life you encounter people that sometimes you just don't get along with. But you also encounter people that you do. And it's beautiful. It's nice. It's nice to be able to experience such an amazing journey like this with other people. That's the other really cool thing about this. When you see other players doing MSQ and maybe they're in the same spot as you, maybe not, but you immediately think, even though they're a stranger, you're like, oh man, they're near that one part. I can't wait to see, you know. Like, wait till they get to that part. You can only imagine how that person's experiencing the story, and it just leaves you wondering how they're feeling about it. And then once you're caught up, you get to go to, you know, Reddit or somewhere else and talk to people about it, discuss how the story made each of you feel, compare your experiences and all that stuff. It gives a very good sense of community. I never expected that from a story-driven game. Like, I never expected an MMO to be so story-driven. This is the first one and only one that I've seen that's... Well, I guess Phantasy Star, but... Phantasy Star Online, well... most people might even say that one's not really that story-driven. It's ancient too. The gameplay's outdated. And it kind of sucks, it severely sucks by today's standards. But for back then, that was also a pretty fun game. But still, yeah, the story was nowhere near as personal, and if you don't do all the optional quests, you really don't get any of the story. And yeah, it's just not the same. Now, this game is a masterpiece. It's brilliant. It's truly wonderful what they did with this. It's I can't believe it exists, honestly. I never thought that I could find a game this good and have it be an MMO of all things. Jesus Christ. Like, it makes me feel that online games like this really are like the future of the gaming industry as a whole. Not far-fetched to think that way. The whole thing with the metaverse that people are talking about in recent times. Because humans, we're inherently social creatures. We like to socialize. It's in our nature to do that. So, yeah, it's in our nature to socialize, so making a video game that's inherently social, but that also has an amazing story to it, it ticks all the boxes for me. Like, that's just incredible to me, because that's what I love. I love story-driven games, but to add a social aspect to it by making it an MMO as well, that's just, I couldn't ask for anything more. And the gameplay itself is also solid. It's like top-notch. Granted, I haven't played many MMOs, I'm just speaking from my experience, but I mean, even if this was a single-player game, the gameplay is amazing to me. I love it. It's very engaging, it's very fun. It's challenging, but not to the point of frustration, you know? I actually managed to complete all MSQ quest battles in Endwalker on the first try. I never thought that would happen. I didn't think I would actually manage that. I was such a nervous wreck for the fight with Vana and Xenos. The only quest battle I failed was a role quest side quest. Not an MSQ one, thankfully, but yeah. It's slowly becoming single player for MSQ only. Yeah. I don't think that's a bad thing either. Like making it so that you can do the dungeons for MSQ with NPCs and all that. Because again, speaking from personal experience, when I did the 1,000 miles of Totorock, I didn't even get to fight the boss, dude. My whole party just killed him while I was talking to La Brea. And it didn't bother me, but I know that can be very immersion breaking and just kind of ruin it for a lot of people. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I never even got to... And what's more is they still show you the animation for... They still show you the cutscene for when it's over. So, like, as soon as La Brea finished summoning the guy, my party had already left before the cutscene finished. Fucking 5-year cutscene, right. My party had already left. So when he finished summoning the big-ass spider scorpion thing, and it does a little, like it goes to white to start fighting, it immediately, without skipping a beat, I didn't even see myself, it just went straight into the cutscene where it dies. And then when that cutscene was over, it showed, you know, me and my party standing there all victorious, even though I did absolutely nothing. And then that faded out and my party was long gone. They were long gone. For you, the healer stayed and apologized? Oh, that's kind of them. The party I got that day 2 years ago, when I did Totorock, nobody. They were all long gone before I even finished the cutscene with La Brea. So yeah, it's I'm glad that they're allowing you to now just do it at your own pace with NPCs. I think it'll preserve the immersion a lot for people, including me. I kind of wish that was the thing back when I first started. But like I said, I didn't mind it. I was like, it's an MMO. I get it. I know, you know. I wasn't disappointed because I knew what to expect. It's a multiplayer game, right? And I was like, yeah, people aren't going to wait for everybody, even if you're new. So I wasn't too disappointed. But I'm glad that that's an option now. The time you were leveling tanks and got that dungeon, party pulled early? So you just let them die when a person was in cutscene. Good for you, yeah. You had the power as a tank. As a healer or a tank, you have the power to be like, nope. As a DPS, you don't. And I was a DPS, I was a Lancer. So yeah, they just left without me. They just killed the boss without me. But yeah, as a healer or a tank, you have the power to be like, nope. I said we're not going, so we're not going. And they can't fucking... I mean, if they try to kick you out because you're sitting there watching a cutscene or waiting for someone else to watch their cutscene, they're the ones breaking the rules and you can report their asses for it, so fuck them. I'm glad you did that, Crimson. I'm glad you did that. That's some justice right there. Did any of them leave? Or get pissed off? The healer was annoyed? DPS was floor tanking? Some people. That's what I was just saying. It's like when it's a social experience, you run into some really nice and wonderful people sometimes, but then you also run into complete assholes. It's inevitable. That's just how life is. Real life or anywhere else. That's just how it goes. That's just how it goes. That sucks that they did that, though. Of countless stars? This was from the dungeon, right? Oh, I came here too early. I gotta check out the Argos mounts. I'll go into Labyrinthos real quick. Yeah, if you were expecting a short outro, don't. I have a lot on my mind, alright? So I'm gonna ramble. It's the end of my marathon and it's the end of Endwalker. It's like, I'm gonna say some shit. This is not gonna be a short YouTube video. But yeah. Let me see what the mount is like. I'm in the Argos mount. Wind up Herois. Endwalker footballs. Blow. Let's see. A wind up Magus Sisters. I don't know when the hell I got that. I guess I never checked it. Must have been after the... Oh yeah. Yeah, when we did the first dungeon a long time ago. There once was a woman who selflessly served her fellow man as Azim. Even after stepping down, she continued in this mission and went on to become a divinity that hope may endure. This mammoth was made in her honor. Look at her, she's so cute! Little Heidelin. There you go. Let's see the mount. Argos. Created by Vinod, this dog-like familiar lends his back only to those who have won his favor. Which you already had by the time you first met him in Mara Lamentorum, owing to the quirks of time travel. Yep. I was expecting the camera to move up, but it didn't. Because usually when you get on a mount, it moves up or down because the mount is bigger. It just stayed exactly as it was, because we're literally still the same height. We're just sitting down. Oh, mount music. A dog that looks like Menphilia. I don't see the resemblance, but I thought she looked more like Heidelin, Vinod. Mostly because of the hair, honestly, and the eye color, of course. When I saw her on the moon, when I saw Argos on the moon, I was like, oh shit, it's the dog version of Heidelin. Does this music play anywhere else? This is cool. I'm really glad I did all the side quests as I went, because a lot of them are like in the context of what's happening at that point of MSQ, like talking about how the end is drawing near and they're working on the rocket ship. Alright, cool, I've seen enough. Let's see, any other final thoughts? Oh shit, I hit the wall. Honestly, I probably won't remember more things to say until later. But that's why I'm gonna stop streaming and then come back tomorrow to do some more. I'm gonna find the Rollmaster quests. You already told me where it was, Crimson. And then I'll probably be able to give more thoughts. Right now I'm still just soaking it all in, you know? Like, it's too much. I gotta process it. I gotta sleep on it, you know, all that stuff. So I can't really say much about Endwalker at the moment. It's just all over the place. But I do want to say a few words to close out my marathon back at the room, so... Thoughts of looking for... No, thoughts about everything that I did up to this point. It's just all, like... My mind is all jarbled up. Pen and paper ready. See, okay, I just thought of something. I made the Kingdom Hearts 3 comparison, and it's not too fair to talk too much about this and compare the two because I haven't even streamed Kingdom Hearts 3, but I have played it already. I played it when it came out. And things I want to say that this did way better. They still made the characters, even the villains of the story, had redeeming qualities, but they didn't turn it into, like... I don't know how to put it, but it's like... Everything that the previous games were building up to for Kingdom Hearts 3 just didn't match up with what happened in the end. It really didn't. And not only that, but my main gripe with it... fuck what I just said. My main gripe with that game was the fact that they spent way too much time setting up what's gonna happen after, rather than wrapping up the original story arc, which is what they were supposed to do. This game did not do that at all. Endwalker actually focused on wrapping things up for its story that I had running for just as long. Like, Kingdom Hearts 3 came out in 2019, and Kingdom Hearts 1 was like 2002. And it's just like, these guys actually knew how to wrap up their story. I don't know what the fuck, like, Kingdom Hearts 3 was just, Jesus Christ, they could have done that so much better. It was such a disappointment. Yeah, Crimson, I sense that too. Honestly, that really, like, I feel like that had a huge part in why Kingdom Hearts 3 came out the way it did. It was in development hell, that's number one. And number two is the fact that Disney started seeing the potential of it, finally, and started doubling down into it and definitely got more involved. And so then I think they had to, like, rewrite shit to get around that, you know what I mean? But like I said before, it is their game. They own the copyrights to it. They hired Square Enix to develop it, but it's their game so they can do whatever the fuck they want with it, Disney, at the end of the day. But yeah, putting aside all that, like, that's one of the main things. I'm very happy that Endwalker actually focused on wrapping up its original story like it's supposed to, before hinting at anything that's gonna happen after. You know what I mean? Like, it actually just focused on A Realm Reborn, Heavensward, Stormbringers? That's a new one. Stormblood, and what should I say? Bloodbringers? or Shadowblood? There you go. It actually focused on everything that happened before, and it wrapped it all up nice and neat throughout the entire story, and culminated in an amazing climax at the end. Because I said climax, yeah. Yeah, they did it perfectly. Like, I couldn't have asked for a better way for them to end out, this story arc before starting a new one. They actually did it. And yeah, like I said, KH3, they spent too much time setting up the next story arc and making us think they were doing shit for some big climax for the original one, and no, they weren't. Jesus Christ, so bad. I'll be talking a lot of shit when I stream that finally. I'll be talking a lot of shit, because yeah, that was so disappointing. Let's see, what else? Chancellor Days perfectly summed up the journey. Not sure what you're referring to, but if you just mean his narration, was that him? That was not meant to be Emmett Silk introducing everything? Every time he went to a new area? Because their voices were way too similar for me, so I was like, wait. So when we got to the last one, I was like, wait, that's not Emmett Silk, that's Chancellor Days. Oh, then I'm not sure what you mean. But, oh, Jesus Christ. Their voices, I said, are way too similar. So that's why I couldn't tell who was narrating. But, yeah, it's just... That's about pretty much one of the main things I definitely wanted to say. I'm very happy that the writing for this was not all over the place for ending a very long story arc. Yeah. A 10-year story arc. He talked about it when Emmett wanted to rest peacefully. Oh, yeah, I remember that moment. I can't remember everything they said exactly, but I think, yeah, I know what you're talking about. He did summarize, yeah. You got it. When he said, oh yeah, he said it was this or that or whatever, like, and I'm glad it had this and yada yada. It had its ups and downs and all that stuff. Yeah, you're right. I remember that now. Whew. Yeah, if I just keep trying to force it, I'm just gonna sit here staring at the damn screen and making this YouTube video longer than it needs to be. So, where the hell's the music? Oh my god, what section is it on? Yeah, my brain's all over the place. Wait, this will help. Only rolls that are obtained. Shit, I thought it was gonna help. The bag? Oh, there it is. What's flow though? When does this play? What does that mean?
Welcome and well met, my brave.
Oh, this song.
How long you've wandered, burned bright as a star.
Okay, yeah, I recognize it now. I don't remember exactly where it played, but yeah.
Patiently, all this time, past every fate, now sing with me once more. Share of your life, far greater than memory. It's lost and love.
Okay, yeah, I remember this now, yeah. I like that it says where to find. There it is. Again, I really wish we could open that window and actually look outside. Like the Shadowbringers one, you know? The one in the first. I guess what I could wrap up with is I am kind of laughing at some of the predictions I made. Some of them came true, some of them didn't. Some of them came half true and some others didn't. But I can't remember all the predictions I made anymore. Both before I started and after we were going like halfway through it. I can't remember quite everything. Let me just say that context is everything. Even when you run into like minor spoilers or major spoilers but like they're not in context. Yeah, it actually helps to not have context. Yeah. That is one thing that Asmund is right about if he's the one who said that. That's where I first heard it from, at least. But you told me, Crimson. I haven't actually heard him say it directly, but I know you told me he said that before. Because I saw, you know, I saw friends in, doing the final day and the dead ends. And I was like, okay, the final day is probably the final trial. Yeah, it was. That didn't spoil who the enemy was, thankfully. Or how much shit was gonna happen just getting there. Like, I was picturing the world was ending. Like, I thought what we saw in Razad-Han was gonna spread everywhere. And, like, there was just gonna be chaos all over the planet before it was over. That did not happen at all. The chaos was actually just contained in Razad-Han and a few other places, and that was it. I didn't expect that. I really thought the sky was gonna turn red everywhere across the planet before the game ended. That didn't happen. He said that to a stream and watching a YouTube video of FF14 endgame rating? That makes sense, yeah. Yeah, and then they called it... Oh, yeah, that brings up a good point. I definitely wanted to touch on this, Crimson. The trailer showing the entire map. The trailer was one giant fucking debate. That's what that was. They were fucking baiting us so hard into thinking the story was gonna go one way, and it went a completely different direction. That's what happened right there. Everything in the trailer was just... They did it with Shadowbringers. I didn't get that feeling that much with that one. But I can see that, because you think some of the things you see in the trailer were gonna happen in the game, and then you realize they happened already. Like the village on fire with Matoya and, or Yestola and Uyanja. And then they talk about it as that's something that happened like a year ago before you even got there. Yeah. Which I thought was nice though, because I was like, oh, okay, so now you can look at the trailer after you know that, and be like, oh, so this is what was happening before we got there. I think that's kind of neat. Endwalker's not like that at all. Endwalker's just like, this is what we made you think was gonna happen, but actually no. Like, they hyped up the moon so much to make you think that's where the final battle was gonna happen or something. Even the splash art for the logo. And then it's like, surprise, you're there at level 83, and you're fighting Zodiac right now at level 83, first trial, let's go. And it's like, wait, what? That was definitely like, what moment? And Square Enix probably saw everybody get there and be so confused, and they were just like... The art in the second last cutscene is official if you want to use it for wallpaper. You mean where it showed all the scions or something? Like at the end of the credits or what? Or was it before the credits? I can't remember. Also wallpaper for what? Like my PlayStation, my computer, or... Oof. Okay. The Silence, the Warrior of Light, and the Unsundered. Okay. I didn't see the Warrior of Light, I was looking everywhere for him. I was like, there's that, and then it disappeared, and I was like, where the hell is the Warrior of Light? I didn't see him. Sadly. God, this song is amazing. I gotta get the lyrics. But yeah, the whole trailer is a debate. I love how they switched around things, like the part where Alize gets injured and the Warrior of Light comes in to defend her from the monster that's about to finish her off, and then it's actually Grahatia coming in as a paladin to defend her. Which they had to, because your main character can be any job class you want them to be. They can't force you to use a job class you don't have unlocked or whatever, so they have to make it that way. That's why the final scene with Xenos had to boil down to punches to make it dramatic. Because any job class can throw a punch. Regardless of, you know, the argument of which job class is more apt for throwing punches. At least everyone can use their fists if they want to. Not in-game, okay, I'm just saying. For a cutscene, it doesn't break, like... I don't have that job class, you know what I mean? So for that it works. Oh good, it repeats. I was like, I'm gonna have to play it again. No, it goes on repeat for a little while, that's good. Use Dynamis. Oh yeah, you said something about that in the trial too. I have to look back at all that, because I missed it all. You said something about Dynamis being in the limit break or something, I guess. I fucking missed it. My adrenaline just had me, Yeah, see, okay, good. I was like, am I just blind, or did I... Yeah, Warrior of Light isn't there. Again, probably for the same reason that they want to keep it so that you feel like it's your character. The Shadowbringers wallpaper did have the trailer Warrior of Light, but this one did not. They probably just, again, want you to feel like it's your character that's there, you know? But by doing that, the character's not even there. It's just everyone else. So it's still kind of a, you know... That laugh is way too exaggerated. I don't use that one that much. That dude is going off. Let's see, anything else? Okay, well, I guess, yeah, like I said, more thoughts for Endwalker will come up when I next stream. I need to sleep on it and stuff. But I do have things I want to say about my marathon, at least. I want to get to that, and then I don't want this song to repeat too many times at the end of this video, so... Okay, so about my marathon, and this is where I'll close it out. I'm officially logging off and turning off the stream after this. What can I say I haven't already, right? In the credits. What a fucking journey. I did not think it was gonna take this long. I literally started this in October thinking I would be done in December. I was like, yeah, Final Fantasy games are long, but they're not that bad. I got all the time in the world. I'll be able to finish, you know, Final Fantasy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 2, 11. Well, you know, just seeing a few scenes from 11. And then 12, and then 13 part 1, 2, and 3, and then 14 and all of its expansions, and FF15 when it came out, and I'll do all that in 2 months. I basically played myself. That's, yeah. My future self laughing at my past self thinking I was gonna be able to do that. Jesus Christ. I can't believe how long it actually took. But I did it. It took 9+ months, but also I did take a couple weeks off. If you add up all the time I took off, whether because it was necessary or not, because of my hospitalization or when I got sick from COVID, optional or mandatory time off, if you add it all up, I basically took like a month or 2 off. Almost. So really this marathon could have been done in about 7 months. At my pace. If I hadn't taken any time off, I could have done it in like 6 to 7 months realistically. But whatever. What's done is done. It took me 9 months, that's how long it took. And yeah, what a hell of a journey it was. Holy shit, like, it's just, like I said, there was a lot of times I wanted to bow out. I was just like, I can't do this. I'm just like, I need to just, there's too many games, you know? I was just like, there were times where I was just like, why? But I was like, no, I said I was gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. And not just because, it wasn't just an OCD thing, it was mostly also like, I already had plans way before Endwalker came out that I wanted to actually play through every game in the series at some point and put it up on my YouTube channel. I just thought this was the perfect opportunity and way of going about it. Make it into a marathon that goes in chronological release order for each game, leading up to Endwalker, and making it not just a marathon for me going through all the games, but rather a marathon that kind of shows how far Square Enix has come as a company and a developer studio. Which they're now multiple developer studios, right? They're a corporation now. But just showing like how far they've come from being a humble little developer studio working on like FF1 and whatever other games they made back then in the NES era in the 1980s to what they are now. That was kind of what this marathon was about too. It was about showing that. How far their storytelling skills have come, you know, their graphical and animation skills with their video games. What better way to show that than showing their crown jewel series, the Final Fantasy series. So that's why I played all the mainline games only. That was, I guess, Tactics is technically an offshoot, and so is the sequels for 10, you know, 10-2 and the little short minigame that comes after that, 13 and its sequels, but still, for the most part I stuck to the mainline series, and I just wanted to, yeah, kind of make like a historical commentary, my own personal commentary on how far Square Enix has come with each game, giving my commentary on each game and just in general how far they've come. And yeah, just how far the FF franchise has come in general is just, and I'm saying the word come a lot, so. But, you know what I mean. And that's pretty much what I wanted to say at the end of my marathon. I always had a general idea of what I would say at the end. So yeah, my thoughts on Endwalker itself, like, and the ending, that'll have to wait till I sleep on it. That'll have to be till tomorrow's stream, or maybe the day after, if I take tomorrow off, I don't know yet. But my plan is to go ahead and do the Master Role Quest when I come back. Because I want to wrap up that little... I want to see what they do with it. With the Role Quest storylines. So, that'll be that. So yeah. I think we'll leave it there. Hey, I reached the end of an expansion and I have no trailer to show for the next one, because that's it. Where we reach the end. A new story begins with 6.1, and it'll lead into whatever the next expansion is going to be, 7.0. But we won't have a trailer for that until that time comes. So, I guess I guess I just log out and show this trailer again, I suppose. Why not? I got no other way to end it. It's either that or let this music play while I leave a starting soon screen up, and that's just kind of lame. So I think that's what I'll do. But yeah, that's pretty much it. A very surreal sort of. Actually, I want to log out here. That's why I was standing there. It's been a very surreal experience. 9 months. A very surreal experience. Oh, no. I'm not going to do that, Crimson. No, I want this to have a sense of finality. Like, this is the end. I want it to end here. When I start streaming FF14 again, it's going to be from the perspective of, like, starting a new story. With the exception of tomorrow's stream, which will just be wrapping up. Consider it like a small bonus stream showing the role quest or whatever to wrap up that loose end, I guess. But after, when I actually decide to start like 6.1 and all that, I want it to have like a different context. It's not going to be like the same. But yeah, I think that's about it. Now I'm just thinking, is there anything I left out? Nope. Other than, thank you all very much for watching. To anybody who, like I said this a couple nights ago, maybe last night, anybody who's actually been watching this marathon, that's what I have to do now. Now begins the work of exporting all the videos from Twitch to YouTube, which that is going to take a while too. So I apologize for the waits, but I have to get started on that as well. I'll probably try to do like 2 or 3 videos a day. I just hit the export button and it goes. It takes like a minute, well, like a few minutes for it to get to YouTube, and then it's done. It's good. So I'll start doing that for sure. But yeah, to anybody watching this on Twitch or YouTube, if you actually sat through this entire marathon, you somehow found me entertaining enough, or you just like listening to my commentary, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I'm humbled. I don't know much people who might care for my rambling, so it's been a long journey, but it's now finally over. It's drawn to a close. We're at the end. It's over, finished, complete. And yeah, I'm gonna start streaming some other games, but I'm not gonna stop streaming FF14 either. It's just gonna be kind of a little bit of a variety stream now. And yeah, I'm probably gonna do like, yeah, I don't want to talk too much about what other games I'm gonna stream. I just want to leave this focus on Final Fantasy. So yeah, that's my plans for the future. So yeah, just gonna start uploading that, and yeah, thanks again for everybody who watched through this entire thing, and for everybody who came by to watch live as I was recording these videos. Aiden Lorcan, Crimson Arrival, Deathwing Duck, and I think there was one other regular that came by a few times, but then they stopped. I can't remember though. But I mostly remember Crimson, Aiden Lorcan, Deathwing Duck, all 3 of you. Thank you very much for coming by. I apologize for the emote-only mode, but it was a necessary precaution because of spoilers. It is what it is. But I don't need that anymore, so thank you all very much for the support across Twitch and YouTube, and as always, you know, take care of yourselves, look after each other, stay safe out there, and until next time, please have a good morning, afternoon, evening, and good night. Whenever I come back to stream again, tomorrow or the day after, whenever it was, well, I'll see you then. Whew! Man, what a journey. Well, till next time, everybody. Bye. Oh, right. And, you know, my signature. Peace. I'm letting the music play because why not? It's at the end.